to day 1 of the egg cup. Woohoo! Woohoo! It is very spooky because I was like, oh God, it's happening today. I don't know if I'm ready, but here we are. Hopefully everything is working okay. And let me, what, why are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me? I'm self-conscious. Do I have something on my face? All right, let me log in as well. I have to do this weird thing where I log in to my alt account on my other, how to say, my other Discord in order to stream both POVs, and every time I do it, I kind of forget. How I do this. Bum 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 bum. Hello everyone. How are you though? Happy weekend. It is a daytime Eggie stream, so get excited. If you normally don't get to see me, now you do. Kerchow, I'm like a little magic trick in your room. In your walls actually. Let me go ahead and see who's here. Hop, good to see you. Hop, how are you? I have no idea where in Europe you are now, but it's good to see you. Partysite, good to see you as well. SP, sorry that the command was broken for a second. SP. Panda, welcome in. Agent, welcome in. Lee, happy 5 streak. Also, thank you so much for the off stream follows from LeBun, Wizard, and Teo. And Neo, welcome in. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. I missed the last stream because it was at 3 a.m. for me. It's okay. It's okay. Don't feel bad. I always like to say, like, the streams are never mandatory to attend, if that makes sense. Like, there is so much that goes on in life that I'm just happy when you can stop by, and it doesn't have to be permanent or anything, you know? It can just be whenever you feel like. And if you're like, Egg, I missed your stream and you're not streaming again for a few days, don't worry, because that's what the VODs are for. I will say a lot of my VODs are getting nuked in the next couple of days, and I think I have saved every VOD that I need to save. I'll try to check again tonight, but there's only so much I can do in the short amount of time I have because I am dealing with a lot right now. So let me also quickly do some things in the background, because did I forget to add some things? Yes, I did. Good to see you, Jimmy. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. I feel very curious. Let me run a... We'll run a huge prediction in a moment. We'll run a huge prediction where it's like, how to say, who you guys think is going to win today. We won't have the winner of the tournament because it's whichever team gets to 4 points first. There are 7 sets, so whichever team gets 4 wins gets the majority and then thus wins the tournament. But I'd be curious to see who wins day 1. It is 3 games today, or 3 sets, excuse me. So there is a chance to see. Also, let me mix it up a little bit on this scene so that way it's not like in a weird place. Let me see, hold up. I don't think I can grab it, but that's okay. Junior, good to see you. Welcome in. How are you? How are you? I've been mix it up in the front, but she is a bit finicky with me. It's okay. Mix it up will just show up behind me. Blanket, good to see you. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I just stepped on a Lego. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you stepped on a Lego. Are you hurting at all? Is it all right? Also, Blanket, enjoy your... Wait, what's your daily order? Egg drop soup? Delicious. Good soup. Blanket, are you a soup girly? Because Kobe always asks me, Egg, why do you drink so much soup? And I don't know if it's just a girl's thing, but, like, I feel like I just drink a lot of soup naturally. IDK. I'm just a soup girly, you know? I'm feeling better. It just feels like a thorn. Okay, I'm glad. It's only when I'm sick. I feel like Chinese people, we be drinking soup like every day, every meal. I think it's just a really good way to hydrate. And I think it's said that boiling food and steaming food is better for you versus like frying or grilling foods. So I guess that's why like a lot of a lot of people will have soup with their meals. Ba-bam. Soup helps smooth the brain. Are you calling me stupid, SP? Are you saying that I'm stupid? Stare. I do enjoy soup. Okay. If you enjoy soup, my question is, what type of soup do you like? Because I feel like Western soups are really thick. Like broccoli and cheddar, butternut squash soups, all of those are really delicious. I like me some butternut. Yeah. Carrot and coriander soup is something I've never had before, Blanket. That sounds very British to me. It sounds very, very, very British to me. For Asians, our soup is like watery soup. You know what I mean? Like a lot of bone broth, vegetable broth, and just like water. But I feel like English soups are a lot of like cream. I think most English soups are creamy or like blended vegetable. You know what I mean? I don't like it too thick, but not very thin. I like it very thin though, because then I can drink it. Stew though, I like thick. I feel like in my head, stew is just like, how to say, boiled or meaty things with extra runny sauce. Does that make sense? Remember, Eggie, make Eggie brain plays because otherwise you're stealing others' brains. But yeah. To do. Yes, chef. Ba-bum. Very watery with broth from all kinds of veggies. Yeah. Also, welcome in, Tube. Good to see you. Mix It Up is not letting me move the source for some reason. Like, I've tried moving it around. But alas, I don't know. I don't know where it is. I feel like this is not it. Where's the Mix It Up source? Wait, hang on. I don't know. I guess it's just going to keep popping up there. I'll try to move it. Actually, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide it off screen so that way it's not bing bonking during the tournament. But if anyone asks, just know that the command is working, okay? I'm just hiding the visual so it doesn't keep popping up mid-tournament. But how you doing, Tubers? Good to see you. Happy weekend. Leafs, what's poppin'? How can I help you? What's going on? I should say, let me explain. It's not 9 p.m. It's because it's a special day, Leaves. It's perfect. Allow me to introduce to you the tea that is the egg cup. Also, welcome in, Freets. It's good to see you. Wait, the daily orders are still coming on. Wait, hold up. I found it. Wait, hold up. Is someone able to redeem their daily order? Once again, question mark. It's working. Okay, perfect. Wait, I'll park it right here. There we go. There we go. So now it's not in the way. I found it, everyone. I found the source. Thank God I kind of sort of name my things in OBS. If you guys are new here, you guys can use a single channel point to check into the stream. You can check in every single stream just to see how many you've attended. But welcome in, Patrick, Gal, Jag, Leafs, and Freets. It's good to have you here. Let me explain and do a quick rundown of the tea if you want to know what's going on in the egg cup. So the egg cup is my personal little project, my gift to the Super Auto Pets community aside from my presents and the honey sheep. And every year there are different themes for the different teams. If you do exclamation mark tournament, they'll show you the graphic featuring everyone on there. If you do exclamation mark Twitch, oh wait, hang on. Exclamation mark Team Twitch. Excuse me, I'm illiterate. Those are all the Twitch gamers on Team Twitch gaming. And if you do Team YouTube, those are all the YouTubers competing. This year's theme is Team Twitch versus Team YouTube. Usually it's a 6v6 tournament, meaning that there are 6 players on each team, but your girl math. But it worked out. And instead, we have 7 people on each team, meaning 7 sets overall. Every set is made out of 3 games, so meaning whoever gets 2 wins first wins the set. And each set win is 1 point to the overall team. So if you're wondering which team is in the lead, that is the yellow square at the top. If you're wondering which gamer is in the lead and who's playing, that is the gamers in the respective purple and red sections. Some big names here. Slay, yeah. Phoenix Girl being in here is so funny. I love it. She is honestly so nice. I was so honored that like she was willing to take part in the event because I don't know like anyone on Team YouTube. This was like my first time talking to a lot of them. And so I was like, oh, hi, I'm just a silly little guy. Will you join my tournament? I promise it's kind of well put together-ish. Ish. So they're really nice. Phoenix Girl, if you don't know her, she played SAT for a ton of days and made YouTube videos every single day until she played against Ludwig, and it actually worked. So I was like, damn, I admire a fellow girly on the grind set. Who can deny, you know? I can't believe I got the Nick Resney to attend. I can't believe I got Nick to help me with the artwork. If you guys see the artwork in the announcements and stuff, I did the final renders, but Nick helped with a ton of their designs. And it's super, super cool. It's actually in the main SAP Discord if you check the fan art channel, and also in my Discord. Super, super cool. Super, super grateful that Nick did that with me. The art is so good. Hi, LeBun. Nick is just so cool and so nice to help me with this. Egg Cooked, you dropped this? Oh, thank you, Blanket. Speaking about the crown, I think I can kind of say, in the Super Auto Pet sphere at least, I am the first creator to have a custom hat that they made themselves. So I know Scooty has a custom hat. I know Northern Lion has his own custom hat. But I think I'm the first person to design and have a hat implemented into the game. And this hat is going to be given to all members of the winning team. So even if they lost their particular set, if they're part of the winning team, they would still receive the ultra exclusive Eggie Hat. And you're like, what's the hat look like? You see that little flower there on top of chat? That's the hat, or at least a mock-up of it. Arcuni has approved and he has input the files into the game. So when the next big SAP update comes out, all the winners will have access to the hat. And I also have made the personal stance, I know some people will ask, to not receive the hat unless Team Twitch wins. Even though I made the hat and also the tournament, I feel kind of weird about asking for it even though I didn't win. Like, I should stand by my team. I should cook. I should believe in Team Twitch. Egg, what does the hat look like? It's the little flower right here in between the Egg Cup 2025, Twitch versus YouTube. That's crazy. I know, dude. You think me messaging some of the big homies is like crazy? Like Kino and Scooty are competing tomorrow on day 2, which starts a little bit earlier in the day. Let me double check everything. Day 1 is starting at 4 p.m. CST, which is me versus LeBun. We are the first gamers. And Frosty Mate will be co-commentating with me, and in order to be fair and everything, I will take out my earbuds and just put in my AirPods and listen to my own music. So Frosty will be commentating by himself with that one, but we'll be co-commentating the rest of the sets today. Tomorrow starts at 1:30 p.m. CST, so a little earlier, but it'll be really cool. Those are 4 sets tomorrow, 3 sets today. Can I buy the hat with my 1,000 or 100k snacks, please? I wish. If Arcuni or like Teamwood ever like, Egg, we need some hat ideas, I'll be like, slay, let me help you with that. And yes, the Mama Patat is also here. Good observation, gal. Mama Patat is actually playing against Kino, which is really funny because it's like a mod versus a streamer situation, and I'm so grateful both of them said yes. Mama Patat is so kind, and Kino is really nice too. I'm really grateful. Self-commentary of your own match, totally allowed. Hi, Hex. Good to see you. Welcome in. I will not be commentating over my own thing because I don't want to talk over when someone could be giving better commentary. You know what I mean? But let's see. I think Frosty should be joining us in VC soon, though. I need to actually... Wait, hold up. Fugi Tech. I need to do some wizarding stuff right now. Hang on. Let me go message Frosty real quick. I think it's okay. Can you go to this section of your Fugi and send me your Frosty Mate link? I'll hop into VC once I got that. Okay, cool. I have designed also with Nick Resney. This is a never before seen mascot design. Because I was like, I'm a PNG tuber, but both my co-commentators, Frosty Mate today and KelbyMG tomorrow, are, as we like to call them around these parts, Fleshtubers, IRL streamers. So it's like, we can't have them in the egg cup looking like that. They're gonna ruin my aesthetic, you know what I mean? So I have made Frosty his very first, I think, ever custom little PNG. And then Kelby's one has also been updated as well. Vtubers are here in the flesh. It makes it just sound like we're all different brands of potatoes, which I think is kind of amusing. But other than that, I think we'll be Gucci. Frosty's gonna send me a link. I'm going to copy and paste this real quick. And then I'm going to jump into VC and hopefully everyone is there and we get started okay. First set's always a little wonky every tournament just because, I'm just a girl, and setting up a lot of tech is literally my least favorite streamer job in the world. I would rather just do a 24-hour stream than have to do tech. Let's go see. Let's go see if we could say hello to everyone. Hello?
Hello, miss. How are we today?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good, Frosty. You look dapper, Frosty. Look at that drip.
Well, thank you. I got dressed up for today and everything, These sorts of outfits don't just prepare themselves in a minute.
Oh my gosh, he's looking slay. Also, I see Labun, you're here. Hi, Labun.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I am nervous. Either I don't get the really cool hat, or I stop you from getting the really cool hat.
No, don't feel
by
bad. Do your best to game. It's okay. It's just a silly little pet emoji game.
Well, there is something a little special, which is that I have... So this match, our first match, will be my 5,000th match played on Sap.
Oh, wow.
Wait, that's crazy. Wait, I'm so honored. I'm part of this? ?
Yes. It's probably closer to 6,000 if you count like test server, but
oh my god,
the number here is 4,999.
That is an insane amount of gaming. That could not be me. I feel like I've recently hit over 1,000 hours of SAP, and my brain is still smooth.
I also...
Smooth or not, it doesn't really matter now, does it? We're here to game today.
It's true.
It's a battle of the wrinkliest brain. All right.
And the wrinkliest brain, I've got to say, it does belong to me, and that's why I'm in the caster's chair today more than anyone else. So I'm just going to be here rooting you two on, honestly.
Honestly, well deserved. I picked Frosty to cast because I felt like his vibes were good, and also I was like, I don't know how this game works. I should get someone who knows how the game works to commentate.
And I will say as well, for those who are thinking that, oh, Frosty hasn't played the game for a while, I think you'd be surprised. Just because my main account isn't on the actual leaderboard there anymore doesn't mean that I haven't been running around on some other ones there as well. So,
wait,
are you just chucking that out there.
Are you gonna dox your alt account? Are you gonna say who you are?
No, I would never. All I'm gonna say is I'm a big fan of Pokemon.
Oh, I actually don't look at the leaderboard because I'm just always so intimidated by how good everyone is. I'm just like, but I don't know what's going on there.
Uh,
Are you trying to say you're Kyogre?
He's Kyogre?
No. That's not how this works. I would have to have been running this for a year long, in and out, second Discord, that's too much for me. Absolutely not. But what I will say is that I will put on my best Kyogre impression while I'm casting today.
Ooh.
And preferably give some good insight. So good luck to you both, gamers.
Thank you.
I hope that you have a wonderful time.
All right, don't mind me real quick. Everyone sit down, clench your butt cheeks for a second. It's time for Eggie attempting to do all the tech setup because she forgot some things as usual. But don't worry, I was like 90% prepared. It happens every time, but it's okay. All right, there we go. So on the left-hand side, we have the Eggie POV. On the right-hand side, shortly, we will have the Labun POV. Hold up. I'm trying to find... Actually, question.
Yes.
I accidentally almost ended the stream, Lamau. What is... I'm so bad at tech. What is the lore behind the Labun name?
That is an interesting question. So... I'll start off by saying my real name is Brian.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister, her nicknames for all of us was our names backwards. So I became Nerb. and
Oh.
then it became shortened to Nub, and then
Oh.
switched back around to Bun. And then I
Oh.
was in French class when I made my username. It was
Oh.
never meant to stick. I've gone through many usernames, but then I started my YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
and then it stuck.
Wait, you want to know what's also funny? Eggie wasn't supposed to be my permanent name either. I had just started streaming. I was like, oh, I don't want to accidentally be cringe and have people find it. I should use a different name and then switch once
Mhm.
I get the hang of things. But then we kind of pogged too hard too fast, and everyone was like, no, you can't not be Eggie. That's criminal. So here we are.
And now we get to just witness you both playing some sap and, I mean, hopefully not crashing out too hard as well there, you know? It's for the hat.
For the
For the hat and
hat.
everything. For the hat. I still can't believe that you got a personal hat made up there, and that's going to be rocked to the rest of the sap community as well.
I can't believe it either. I kind of pooped myself messaging Arcuni, but ask and you shall receive, right? Okay.
Gotta shoot your shot, and you shot your shot, hey?
Shot my shot and almost shit myself too. Anyways.
Oh, snap.
I have the lobby up. The code is EGGXCLUSIVE, and what I'm gonna do, Frosty, I'm gonna leave you unattended.
Mhm.
Are you capable? Are you gonna be okay?
There will be an adult at the helm here, and I cannot promise it's me, but I will try my best.
All right, I promise to the chat. I think most egglings know I don't really cheat. I'm not gonna screen peek. I'm turning my, I have a blanket over the other monitor that's capturing LeBun's gameplay, and I'm listening to my own music on my phone. So, good luck.
I'll take your word for it.
Trust.
Trust me. I'll trust.
I would never lie. I'm just a girl, you know. All right.
She's just a girl who gets a hat made up there and everything. So
No, you're good.
let's go, shall we?
Yeah, LeBun, you ready?
I am ready.
All right,
I'm
I'll ask
just gonna
you
minimize-
to deafen, and then we will just start rolling.
All right.
See you later. Ba-dum.
Good luck, gamers. And we're off. We've got the match between HelloEggie and LeBun to start off today. LeBun is going to be rocking the Pack 3 Gamer. And we've got Eggie on the classic Pack 1, choosing to skip over 2 fish to start off with there. And going with the wrinkled whiskers, an excellent choice if I do say so myself. And it looks like Eggie's positioned her pig in the back there, taking a nice little trade for the time being. Is going to end up just going quickly here between these two gamers. These guys are on a tear today. LeBun's going to be finding that triple straight off the bat there. And Eggie's going to just find 5 beavers, as you do to start off the match. It's going to combine them just to try to take that trade there. LeBun not really trying to take a loss streak here or anything, but I don't think they're going to really struggle all too much with that. Still manages to find the trade anyway. So there is going to be no snail value here going into turn 3 for Eggie. Would you look at that? There's a mouse tier up. Has the choice between orangutan and Okabe here. Chooses to go for the good old orangutan, a nice little solid pickup. Is going to try to roll to try to find something else there. Eggie finds her tier up as well. Picks a dog over the sheep. That's gotta be a bit of a betrayal of the Eggie brand there, I have to say. Eggie being known for her wonderful Eggie sheep gameplay. We'll just have to wait for the honey sheep a little bit later on. Gamers coming to their board positions here and everything. It seems like starting off today, LeBun's picked a little bit of a weak board composition. Finds the iguana straight off the bat, but a camel will end up clutching it up with the kangaroo there. And Eggie's going to start off by going on a bit of a tear here with some high tempo gameplay. Not to be mistaken, though, LeBun is finding a few more iguanas. I think rightly so, anticipating that Eggie does love to play some of these high tempo boards by putting in a lot of tokens. This sort of gameplay would, in fact, counteract that pretty darn well. I'm just choosing to try to continuously buff up this orangutan. Pack 3 known for its oppressive late game style. It's very hard to try to out-tempo anything going on within that pack there without some really good snipes. You know, units like Spinosaurus and all that fun business there can just be incredibly oppressive. And Eggie is just going to take another round here, starting off the tempo nicely. Holy smokes, these gamers are blazing at the speed of sound here. We're already into turn number 5, getting these tier 3s. Eggie is going to choose to get rid of that swan, is going to go for a little dog level up here. Has the choice between, not quite sure, sells with the kangaroo here, doesn't want to take the tier up. Or is just really trying to min-max those separate dogs, finds a deer, that's almost perfect. And is going to be able to pretty much just bust open this deer. Unfortunately, if LeBun ends up finding an iguana too, that deer is going to be immediately busted open and then dealt with. But for the time being, it is going to go untouched and is going to be, I'd say, quite a little bit of a trouble. Quite a bit of a trouble for LeBun to deal with. His board is not terribly big to start off with here quite yet, and is going to be running several high-value targets. Good old orangutan is going to get some value here. And unfortunately, it's not a good look for LeBun there. It does not get the tuna value as the deer manages to snipe off in the back line. It's not looking good there for LeBun, already down half lives, but I'd say this is where LeBun gets a little bit more comfortable. Finds the iguana 2, immediately takes the tier up, no question about it. Is going to get rid of the Dumbo there and is going to go pretty much straight into the Siamese. Even though I like the Fairy Dillo quite a bit there. I see it more as a meme pet more than anything else, but it would seem like LeBun thinks otherwise. This is actually somewhat of a decent Fairy Dillo position. If Eggie manages to keep the exact same positioning as before, it could work out quite well. Eggie's already taken a tier up though, and is just doom scrolling, and by doom scrolling I mean doom rolling, trying to find something, anything, to make this board come together. Sold off the beaver just to try to put something on board there. Picks up the ant. I don't know if I really like the ant right here. I think I would have preferred trying to go for the pigeon just to try to get a few extra stats there, providing just a little bit more stability. Immediately gets the bus sniped off there and also has everything just go completely wrong. And LeBun starts the comeback turns here on pack 3. It's never a good look and is gonna sell off the Fairy Dillo straight away. Oh, dearie me. Fairy Dillo going straight into the bin there. Eggie manages to find a shark. An excellent pickup, though, against pack 3. And also is going to have the pill to start buffing out of immediately. Finds a giraffe off of the pill there. And is going to start trying to position around stuff like Hawk. Or, you know, just trying to get a good bit of giraffe value there as well. I like it either way. Very hard for LeBun to try to snipe it off. But LeBun, on the other hand, is going into more of that good old sea urchin gameplay. Already got 3 of them on the board and is continuing to build up with the good old classic. Now as these gamers reposition here, looks like LeBun is going to try to have a look and see which kind of game plan is going to try to go for here. Whereas Eggie is just busy, just frantically trying to put something on the board in the meantime here. This is probably the first time where we see the gamers actually slow down a little bit. Otherwise, they've been playing at a blistering pace and manages to give LeBun so many different stats here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough for Eggie, and LeBun also takes another round once again. The guinea pig is going to be that tier up, finds another Triceratops, also a hamster as well. I have to assume that LeBun probably ends up valuing, trying to go for some of that ostrich gameplay in the late game there, valuing those high level rolls that we usually love to see from pack 3. And it's got a really simple turn. Does not manage to get full value out of the hamster though, chooses to just say, no sir, thank you sir. I will stick to my board right about now. Does not value anything else. Over on the other side here, Eggie manages to pick up a parrot, trying to just get this dog scaled up to any semblance of decency. But it seems like they're a bit hard-pressed at the moment. LeBun's put together a strong board, and it's going to be really tough for Egg to try to position around it. Manages to find the good dog positioning, though, so it does not fall into the same trap as last time. and it looks like the parrot just has so many good trades for it with that copied ox ability. And now suddenly the pressure's back on LeBun to try to find something, but the pepper's an immediately excellent pickup here, valuing that Triceratops life, but Eggie's also in an equally rough position. You gotta find some stats for these dogs, man. Gotta try to get them buffed up again. Finds another shark as well as a pill, but nothing good to pill, but is gonna pill the ox. Not exactly something you end up seeing quite a bit here, but has also found a dog too in the meantime. Definitely want to try to pick that up and see which tier 6 we can try to find here. Finds a snake, but no real good snake targets. And unfortunately, it would seem like this is not really a good board to start trying to snake into. They've already got the Triceratops in the back there. And we can almost say for certainty that LeBun's not going to keep that Triceratops in the front after it immediately got sniped off by the dog. Over on the other side of the field here, LeBun is already trying to transition into one of those nice hurt boards. Already has chosen to put the leech into play here to try to get some decent Triceratops triggers, and it's just going to put a good old-fashioned platypus in the back here to make sure that there's enough to be able to get through some of the more weaker units that Eggie's going to put in the back. Eggie's already chosen to put the snake there. Luckily manages to dodge a lot of the stuff in the back, but the platypus gets good value into the giraffe, leaves a duck left over there. And now LeBun's going to start going a bit wild here. Has already chosen to put some value into that hamster there. Tries to put another hamster on a hamster to try to get those rerolls going, but that's not how that works. Instead manages to find an ostrich off of this level up. Oh, dearie me. And to put it in perspective here, we're going to start seeing some gambling. Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it. But gonna try to go for some of those tier 5s as well over on the other side. Eggie is busy trying to just go way through some of these board positions, but it's not looking easy. I will say, Eggie's board is drastically improving round after round here. She's trying to make the decision for going for a monkey or a parrot in these sorts of situations. It's not an easy one to try to make. One big dog is all that really stands between her and the rest of her composition going haywire. And would you look at that? Some really good positioning from Eggie, manages to find good damage onto the backline. And suddenly LeBun's down to 1 life. Eggie just needs to keep up the high pressure to be able to get the job done against this scary looking pack 3 board. Manages to find a pill for the monkey there and everything, and has just an immediately excellent turn. Is going to immediately have access to that parrot who is going to act as a pseudo shark. Finds a fly in there as well, but maybe a fly's not really what you're looking for in this sort of situation here. Feeding in some extra flies for that Triceratops could be quite detrimental to your team. Is going to go for a tiger instead on that snake. The old classic tiger snake, whereas LeBun is busy frantically looking, searching, has a choice between a durian pepper and a lemon. I gotta say, the durian's looking pretty good to be able to try to get some stats off of this dog, or potentially the shark in the back as well. But the unfortunate news for LeBun is that there is, in fact, not just a shark, but there's a shark too in the back now as well, and there's nothing else to help LeBun deal with it. Some good trades coming in, but there is no backline, and Eggie's going to take the first game here with some really solid dog gameplay. And Eggie is 1 step closer to trying to get her team this hat. Now, here's the thing, gamers. Don't forget that it doesn't matter whether your team or you end up winning the series or not. Every game matters. So, LeBun's got to stage a bit of a comeback here. Even if you manage to go down 2-1, you have to remember that every single game that you win adds a point to your team. And if you end up taking the whole series, you add another point to your team. So if Eggie was to take it 2-0 today, that means that Eggie would be getting 3 points for a team, or at least that's how I understand it. And now, the gamers are going straight into it. No time for resting or anything like that. The gamers, they're on a warpath here today, going straight into game number 2. Once again, Eggie's going to start off with some questionable units there. Don't know. Oh, wow, chooses to put the otter on board. I don't know if I've ever seen a big otter board coming together here, but Eggie might choose otherwise. Can't necessarily say I'm a big fan of otter myself there, but what can I say? Eggie just knows the strats here. I know better than to question her. And LeBun still manages to find the trade here with Eggie early on in the game. Honestly, as a Pack 3 gamer here, your early game is not necessarily that strong. You have to rely on a few different tricks to get around some of those pesky Pack 1 boards. So, LeBun managing to find a wonderful trade there means that they're going to be safe for the next few rounds at least, and don't have to worry about losing life. And you can see that LeBun's gone for a relatively greedy opening here as well, choosing to take the mice. Mice is typically seen as a bit of a int unit, choosing to forego a few rounds there for a little bit of value later on, but is probably going to end up getting away with it here, as Eggie has almost hit an Otter 2. And we have to wonder if this is going to be the majestical Otter 3 game that we've all waited for. Only in the Sap Cup here, what can I say? He has a choice between a badger and an elephant and a sheep and a dolphin. The real question here is, well, is it going to be a badger or an elephant? We already know the other choice. And over on the other side, unfortunately for Eggie, LeBun has kind of just hit the best possible unit here in a cassowary with a good old-fashioned hummingbird in the back. We love to see it. Eggie has not picked up sheep though. I'm gonna have to check on Eggie after this game. We might have an imposter. I can't believe that Eggie has foregone a sheep for 2 games in a row. Unbelievable stuff from it. I never thought I would see the day, honestly. And LeBun is going to take that first round there with some excellent positioning. Unfortunately, the Badger does not manage to get good value in the back. Hummingbird's going to go straight out the window here. Unfortunately for LeBun, no real good strawberry enablers here, so this cassowary does not look like it's going to be sticking for terribly long, unless they manage to find something else. Bouncing over an Atlantic puffer there, and Kelby has definitely taught it well. I never thought I would see the day. It feels like it's in Eggie's neural network to be able to just immediately see sheep take sheep. I thought we were at least going to be seeing like 3 honey sheep this series here. Unfortunately, it was definitely not the case. Unfortunately for the viewers, I should say. For Eggie's gameplay, well, that's a different thing altogether now. Manages to find a good badger snipe though, and that is a massive, massive cricket in the back there. So Eggie's going to even the score up 5-5 here. It looks like the Cardinal gameplay is going to start coming in for LeBun and is going to put together a really scary board. Eggie over on the other side has pilled her Flamingo there just to get some extra stats on the Badger. Badger into Pack 3, not necessarily the best pet, but definitely ends up doing okay. There is a rabbit in Eggie's shop though. Chooses to forego it for a giraffe for the time being, just wants those nice easy stats. And is going to go immediately by selling a beaver. Be able to get some extra attack and finish up with some gold there. Really nice usage of her gold there. Good tempo by Eggie. Over on the other side here, LeBun's board, absolutely terrifying here, but not for the meantime as she still manages to find the good trades there. Takes another life off of LeBun. LeBun's not taking it lying down though, has managed to find a second clownfish off of the immediate level up on the Queller, and is going to potentially go out of Cardinal. Potentially! Wow, that would definitely be something else, but says that the strawberry pets are just not working for him, does not want to go for it. Maybe doesn't feel comfortable with it at the end of the day. and is instead going to put a platypus in the back. Platypus, amazing temple unit and also good value unit as well. Just is really the whole package. Manages to find a seaweed. It's probably going to put the seaweed on the guinea pig here. Probably going to save that level up. Potentially going for something like a starfish pivot a little bit later on here. And it's going to choose to replace the strawberry on the cassowary with a good old sea urchin. Which is, I have to admit, I'm not really a big fan of that. I would have loved to see the sea urchin go onto the guinea pig there, try to get that level up. You're potentially saving this guinea pig for a few more turns. However, LeBun chooses otherwise, and the double dolphin snipes immediately coming into play here. But that's a big quar, and it still manages to get a good trade into the backline there. I'd have to say overall that's gone really well for LeBun at this point, still managing to stay strong going into turn number 7. Over on the other side, Eggie is just not even isolating, just letting 2 salads immediately rip. Holy smokes, this gamer is gaming, what can I say? Just has nerves of steel. Over on the other side though, LeBun has managed to find a hamster once again. However, this time the hamster board is not immediately losing on 4 lives. It's going to start getting a lot of value. Potentially looking at even putting a pair on there and a chair as well. Unfortunately, no people with games and stories to tell. That one's for the Australians in the chat. Although, I must say, that one might be a little bit outdated these days. We never know. Boomer Frosty is coming into game. Game is going to be repositioning here. Eggie has got a really scary rabbit board coming together, a really big badger as well in the backside. However, LeBun's board is definitely no slouch either. Just trying to find some good positioning going into all of this. I have to say, I do favor Eggie's position quite a bit more with those snipes coming into play. Manages to find good meat bone value as well and easily takes this next round. Holy smokes, Eggie's on a warpath. Takes the level up and finds another hamster for LeBun though. And Eggie's just going to do the sensible thing here and is just going to use her stats appropriately. It's going to go immediately into some pairs here. Chooses to keep the giraffe, and I don't know if keeping the giraffe is necessarily the right move after all. And takes even a tempo cupcake to try to get an extra 2 health potentially. I value this dolphin on board a heck of a lot more, methinks. Eggie will kindly agree to me. Kelby really has done well trying to get the old egg in shape. The Fossa is coming into play for LeBun though, and LeBun managing to just put anything together, finds the hawk, but still a bit far away from a hawk tour. Don't know how much it's going to be doing on this board. We'll see if they end up locking. They might be going for a hawk tour here. It's gonna try to put a platypus in front, potentially knowing that this dolphin is lurking in the wings here. I don't really know how much this hawk is going to be doing for the meantime. Doesn't really have any good key units to be trying to snipe off. Does manage to get a good prediction though, and immediately finds the value in the backside there. Excellent positioning from LeBun means that they take the round here going into turn 9. And this is where pack 3 gets a little bit scary. He's going to start putting the pair on the guinea pig just in preparation for that starfish pivot. And it's just going to start going digging now. Eggie on the other side of things has managed to pick up a dragon off of that tier up from those dolphins. Is immediately going to start going haywire here. Potentially questioning on whether she wants to try to buff up this good old giraffe here, but it's doing more than enough for her for the time being. And is going to elect to try to keep that on board just for the stats for the meantime. Over on the other side here, LeBun once again has got to do a bit of position trickery here. We know that Eggie's board is starting to get fairly sizable, so you have to be able to try to put everything in the right spot. Good news is that you know a lot of what Egg's board is going to be here. You know those dolphins are pretty much always going to sick, so you can always try to position around it. Manages to not be able to get the good snipes though, and I can't believe it, but the vulture manages to find the trade. Another turn has been bought by LeBun, and now things are starting to get a little bit dicey. Eggie has managed to find a chocolate in her shop though, so is potentially going to look at trying to chocolate this dragon, which I definitely like. Trying to be able to keep up with the scaling of Pack 3 is a hefty task, but I mean, I gotta say, if there's anything that's up for it, it would be a dragon chooses to not chocolate the dragon. Oh, Eggie. I don't know if that was necessarily the correct play here, but in the meantime, we'll just have to wait and see whether it ends up panning out for him there. And Eggie might have to do a bit of repositioning herself, trying to make sure that the appropriate units don't get sniped off here. Has almost a sixth sense that the cheese from the frontier on this platypus is going to be there, and so is looking to potentially reposition this dragon to try to take the initial shot. A get down, Mr. President moment, if you will. And would you look at that, immediately manages to get that value. The Badger going uninterrupted there. And he has once again found LeBun down at 2 lives, and now it's just a job to see whether she can get it all done from here. But those are some good units in the shop for LeBun. Manages to find a Spinosaurus. Might look to get rid of that good old guinea pig there. And now we're looking for the funny roll bird. Now we're trying to take those tier ups. Does not manage to find an ostrich. Double Spinosaurus is in the wings though. And Eggie has just got one game plan over there, and it is just go time. We're rolling, rolling, rolling. And she's going to keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. For those tier 1 units, just to be able to try to buff up her board. Her board is looking fairly sizable for this stage of the game as well, mind you. But it's going to be down to pretty much, I don't think it's very much up to Eggie at this point. I think it is much more up to good old LeBun here to try to find something, anything to deal with this incredibly sizable board, though. While it may look like LeBun's board is massively understated in terms of Eggie's board here, it does not look very close. Spinosaurus is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting, and the Dolphins go immediately into that good-fashioned that good old-fashioned saber-tooth there, but it's not enough here, and LeBun is down on 1 life. This is LeBun's tournament on the line here for the hat. I should say that that is definitely not the case, however, as these gamers are playing for their teams, their respective teams. Eggie would be going up 2-0, but the game is not over yet. Unfortunately, there is no funny roll bird to be had for LeBun, no ostrich gameplay to be seen. LeBun is just going to be busy trying to find any upgrades possible. Unfortunately, does not manage to find really sizable upgrades here, and I gotta say, this Fossa really is not doing a hell of a lot for LeBun in this position. Eggie is positioned really well around that, and I mean, it is still definitely getting some damage off on the giraffe here, but the giraffe is no longer the main threat at this point of the game, as Eggie is already busy trying to build up a very sizable backline with the badger and the dolphin as well. Eggie is rocking that dragon's breath up at the front, got that chili to be able to potentially get some snipes off on those secondary units. Board is not very big until the Spinosaurus gets going here. And would you look at that? Dragon's Breath doesn't really end up doing all too much, but here comes the Badger, and the bonk is going to come in, and Eggie is going to take the second game 2-0. Now, LeBun is immediately going to queue up a ranked game, and that's the most important thing. Now, what I should say is, Eggie is busy already celebrating here, is already packed it in, doesn't need to do any more there, or at least that's my understanding of things here. Whereas good old
Well,
fashioned LeBun. Hello, miss. Hello. Excellent work.
Thank you. It's a best of 3. So wait, does
Yes.
Laban know? Do I need to add him?
I think you need to add him there because
Okay.
I think in the Discord there when you go to 0-3 there if you don't rock up, that might have set the wrong precedent.
Wait, I grow math. Hold up. Wait.
Oh dear, I can't believe it.
Who gonna
How do you
know?
feel after your series though?
I feel proud. I was like, hopefully I did nothing that was worthy.
You two were going at such a blistering pace there that I didn't even really have time to point out half of the things. So I was just pretty much chucked it aside in the sake of good content there. But it was a well played game on both sides, I gotta say. Nothing to be terribly ashamed of. You both did a wonderful
Oh,
job.
We
I'm sorry. I thought it
game.
was 3 rounds. My bad.
No, it's a best 3. So it only goes to 3 rounds if we're 1-1. Sorry, I should have
Gotcha.
clarified.
My bad.
But thank you for the
Oh.
games. Oh my gosh, I was like pooping myself. I was like, he's stopping my badger from going big.
It
Yeah,
is
couldn't quite work
necessarily.
around you.
Yeah, can
Yeah, I
I
was gonna say
ask?
it's necessarily scary when the badger starts going a little bit bigger there, but for pack 3, it's the late game for you. No ostrich though, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Do you normally play Star Pack? I'm really curious because I expected a turtle
Yes.
matchup.
So yeah, I did. Let's see. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I did exactly like 62 matches to prepare for this.
62? Wait, you
62.
studied so hard. Wait, I'm proud of you. Thank you for training so hard for the tournament. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it went pretty well. Yeah.
I think you did really great overall. Thank you so much for making the time to game. And everyone, you can check out LaBun on YouTube. They are a YouTuber, obviously, doing SAP content. Do you have any other shout outs, any other words you want to say, LaBun?
Oh, I just want to say I was really happy to be invited to this. I had a very good time.
Yay.
And thank you for the sauropod mascot.
Of course, I hope you enjoy it and you're free. You're welcome to stay and watch with everyone else in chat, or you can touch grass, see the sun, whatever you feel like.
Whoa,
Alright.
that's a bit brave there, isn't it? Touching grass in this day and age. I don't know about that one.
I will likely get some sleep.
Oh, rest well then, and thank you for the games.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
This is like the really sweet Midwestern, like, okay, I'm going now. Okay, see you another time. Okay. Like, very sweet and polite.
The Canadian goodbye there where nobody wants to actually say goodbye there, so you just keep saying, okay,
Okay.
goodbye.
Okay, it was nice seeing you. I'll see you next time. Okay.
Alright, yeah, alright, cool.
Alright, let me
Love it.
make sure amongst my 10,000 tabs that I have open right now, because you all do not want to know what the back end of the stream looks like. It is horrendous. Let me go ahead and see. We've got Cotty versus Flame next, I believe.
That's right, Coddy's rocking the Twitch team mascot here and everything, and Flame is going to be representing Team YouTube.
Yippee!
And Team Twitch is already up 1-0 here, thanks to the wonderful Miss Eggie herself.
Slay.
Didn't
Cotty,
realize I was not muted.
it's okay. You're here now. Are you ready to game? Can you share screen? And Flame, if you can also share screen so I can get you all set up.
Yeah, as soon as I get this beer.
Yeah, no worries. If you guys didn't know, Cotty's redder than a lobster right now. Not because he's stressed, not because he's embarrassed, but homie was the one who touched too much sun yesterday.
I mean, when Coddy said he was red there, I have to admit, I thought he was a bit flushed in the face because he'd maybe had a bit to drink there, but maybe that was just me. I don't know.
I think, you know what? I think it's both. I think it's both. Alright, let
Not
me...
fair
You're
enough.
not letting Team YouTube see any of the pictures.
What was that,
It's
Flame?
not letting
Stop
Team
it,
YouTube. Oh, I would
Yeah,
never.
you're not
Cody.
letting Team YouTube see the picture of Cardi. I'm so jealous.
Cody can
Not seeing
share
the
if he
plank
feels
there.
like. He can share if he feels like. It's motivation question mark for Team Twitch. Questionable if you're into that.
Sure, let's go with that.
All right, let me see. Flame 96 versus Cody. Cody is deafened, but Cody is not sharing screen.
Classic Cody.
At Cody, can you share your screen, gamer? Let me hit him with the sniffa gif. He can't say no to the sniffa. Also, I low-key kind of realized I'm playing tunes that are a bit too soothing right now.
Are you putting yourself to sleep as we speak here? Miss, we need energy.
I'm sorry.
We gotta go.
I'm a cozy streamer. Wait, what should I play? Nintendo gaming playlist. That sounds gamer-esque.
I mean, that is literally the definition of gamer right there.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Nothing says it.
This feels official. This feels like the vibe. I'm rat jamming in the distance to this. Do. ASMR sap turning go burr. Some people fall asleep to the stream. They're like, wow, sap and a VTuber. It's a match made in heaven.
It's just good old comfy vibes. What can I say?
I'm not gonna share Cody's POV yet, but he's putting on the Avril. I can see in his screen share he's pulling up Avril Lavigne in Spotify. He is, as the kids say, locking in. Okay.
I didn't realize that there were so many stakes on today. You know, I didn't realize it was going to be a high level competition here and everything. I thought we were just going to have a really cool little, little creator event here and everything. But no, Cody is locking the heck in.
It's like an oddly, how to say, high level event, but also really chill event at the same time. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, totally. Is that what you were trying to go for when you were trying to make the event?
Honestly, I was just trying to make sure everyone could show up on time. That was my biggest priority. Alright, let me do my best to get Cody captured real quick. OBS is being a little funky fresh with it, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and add a display capture. This is Cody. Great new.
Let's be honest here, it wouldn't be a professional event here if there weren't some tech issues going on in the background.
Oh my gosh, there's always tech issues. I don't know why it's
The thing is...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, the thing is, most people don't realize is that you are like the flaming, everything is fine gif. You know, you're just sipping while everything is fire around you and you're just desperately trying to put the fires out the entire time.
That is genuinely me at all
Play
times.
mention?
Not you, Flame. Not you. Not everything's about you. But I suppose for the next 30 minutes, everything is really about you and Cody here. So I'll give that to you.
Hey, you are. I'm stupid. Go ahead and play. I'll go ahead and let them start playing just because I don't want to back up the rest of the sets for the day. But don't worry, if you guys want to see Cody Cotterton's gameplay, I am cooking, I am working, and I'm clenching my butt cheeks.
Gee, butt cheeks are clenched here.
I said...
And Cody... Cody really is just straight up locking in with the girly tunes there.
He is. I like to say he's got that like early 2000s middle school dance playlist that he rocks to. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, because I'm the exact same kind of guy. I got the exact same songs in my playlist there as well.
I won't lie. I feel like you all are part of the same demographic.
The music was better back in my days. What can I say?
Back in my day.
Egg, are we all good?
Yes, go ahead and start. I will figure it out. Don't even worry about me, baby girl. I got it. Shirley, copium.
Thanks, babe.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah. This does say that it is showing Discord, but it's lying to me. All this does is lie. Did you? Well, that's a really high criteria. I believe it can only handle one of those things at a time. Did you? Okay. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh. Cotty is playing so fast. My brain never calculates sap nearly this quickly.
I was just like, I'm just talking, so I'm like, yeah, no, the Triceratops is a pretty good pick, and they've already finished their turn already. Okay, cool.
I think the beauty of the dual veer when it works is that it's just so fun to see how different gamers think. Like some of them run the whole timer, others are positioning until like they feel it's okay and then full send it.
For you, is it mostly just vibes?
Yeah, it's vibes and anything I've been yelled at before I'll do.
You gotta follow. If Kelby tells you to do something, there is no exception. You simply have to do that.
Wait, we've got Carterton POV. Hold up, I'm cooking, guys. We've got it. Carterton is live, everyone. I am so smart.
Yeah. I had a little bit of a look over at Mr. Cotterton's board, though I do believe that there was a choice between picking up a rabbit and this dog here. And rabbit is notoriously known as one of those really good power pets, but it seems like Cotty's chosen to forego it.
Cotterton is also notoriously known for saying we're going to Tempo Town. So if given the choice, Cotty will full send it for Tempo if he can.
I mean, Italian, is it Pack 1 only? No, it is not Pack 1 only. We had LeBun that was playing some good old Pack 3 against Eggie a little bit earlier.
So if you're just now tuning in, welcome into the Egg Cup. Gamers are allowed to play any static pack, meaning not customs, not weekly, not wacky weekly, any of the regular packs that don't change. They don't have to match packs when they play against each other. It could be Turtle v Unicorn, Puppy versus Star, whatever they feel like, so long as, again, it's a static pack.
And would you look at that? Cotty is going to Tempo Town. That's a big dog. Unfortunately, it's not going to match up well into that camel, though. But it seems like, oh, there's a sheep waiting in the wings. Not that it mattered for the round there, but that one's a shout out to the old Eggster herself.
I am a fan of a sheep. Bigger summons, better person.
I did not believe that you were actually playing those sets there because we had 2 chances at a sheep and you did not take either one.
Okay.
I can't believe you. I don't believe it's actually you.
I'm a silly little guy, but I also like to win and I want my own hat. I'm a little worried about Cotterton as he seems to have exited the game and re-entered the game. I'm going to monitor Discord in case he's pooping himself for a technical difficulty, but it might be the Zoomer in him.
I think he's doing quite alright. And over on the other side, we've got Flame here, who has managed to amass a gigantic rabbit camel board, which is frankly a little bit terrifying to try to deal with at this stage of the game. Fortunately, Cotty's not really found anything. Finds another camel to be able to buff up these dogs.
We've got a higher level, but not a higher number.
That's right. I think this is perhaps the first turn that Cotty's going to end up losing here after taking a really nice tempo start.
You think he's gonna lose?
I never said he's gonna lose overall, just that he might lose this round.
Ooh, also, I realized I forgot to do a prediction for the first section, the first game, because obviously there's so much going on. I'm just a girl, Your Honor. But let me see if I can run a prediction for you all here without messing everything up. For this game, who do you think is going to win Cotty versus Flame?
Wow, look at that. Cotty's immediately is going to Tempo Town here, taking both of those level ups, finds a penguin and a turtle here. So what was looking to be a fairly precarious situation is now starting to come together really nicely. Flame, on the other hand, is just continuing that isolate mentality. Got a really strong camel with that rabbit in the back, and no matter how much Coddy's managed to amass here, Coddy's gonna take a few lives lost.
I'm actually really curious because I've seen this from a number of different gamers of just super consolidating the board into Rabbit and one super huge unit. And honestly, it's kind of terrifying because it works.
It works. You know, we always say bigger number, better person, right, when it comes to SAP. And unfortunately, in this sort of circumstance, it really is true. Whereas bigger number is kind of hard to deal with. Now, we do know that the unit Scorpion does exist, and Coddy definitely could have hit it at some point here. But it seems like Flame has just chosen to say, no, that doesn't really exist. Big Dog coming in clutch, though, as Flame has not made any board improvements, only has been putting food there, so might be time for Flame to start looking elsewhere for a little bit extra.
I think that melon on Coddy's dog really saved it, really clenched it for him.
Took one for the team there, you know. Coddy's not letting up, though. Has managed to find a shark as well as a penguin, too. Coddy's a bit of a high roll. This game. Don't think if all my games could go this well, I'd be a very happy chappy.
Honestly, not gonna lie, I am happy that both YouTubers and Twitch folk are taking part, but obviously, a little bit biased, just a little bit, just a tiny bit, you know, just a itty bitty bit.
You're supposed to play both sides here. You're the impartial commentator, miss.
Well, I will say, if you're wondering who was invited and why and how these matchups were made, it was based on their skill level and also whether they fit the theme of being a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber. I think one of the most controversial mashups we have is Scooty versus Noob Skills happening tomorrow. A lot of people think Scooty's just a creator, that he doesn't got the brain in him to win it.
Really now? I think that a lot of people might be a little bit surprised in that aspect then if that's the case, because I think Scooty has got the chops to be able to give him a bit of a whatcha, if you catch my drift.
Whatcha? Is this professional commentator speak? Is this...
No, this is just me on like 4 hours sleep sort of
Oh my gosh.
commentator speak.
Thank you so much for commentating, even though you're Australian and all sorts of upside down.
It's alright. LeBun was apparently on 2 hours sleep as we were discussing earlier. I was trying to have a pity party with myself and then it was immediately turned back around on me. So I was like, oh no. That's alright.
I'm really grateful for everyone across time zones taking part because it's an important tournament. Like, where else are you going to see such a big camel in front of a turtle boar? Like, only at the Egg Cup. Trademarked. Maybe one day.
TM.
TM.
Can't forget that there. Imagine all the gamers coming in and trying to steal the Egg Cup out from underneath you there.
Yeah, imagine
Absolute travesty.
Yeah, trying to steal my hat and stuff. Imagine. Dies of cringe. I think...
Seems like Flames actually managed to put a bit of resistance on the board here, has managed to find a boar, and I mean, for as much as we were saying that Coddy has been kind of running over Flame, it seems like, well, Flame's managed to put something together here.
Yeah, I think this boar, especially with the melon, is really good. I think he really needs to hunt for the pill. It's a bit awkward positioning with the camel buffing the turtle, but it could work in his favor by breaking that melon if he repositions the dog further back.
That's a flaming camel right about there. Holy smokes, didn't think I'd be seeing one of those today. Scorpion also coming into play, trying to get some of those useful snipes. Great positioning here. Coddy's board is just full of absolute threats, and I'm all loving it right about now. I'm loving every minute of it.
Coddy's board is giving a balanced diet, but Flame's board is giving like a triple-decker, you know, like Shake Shack sandwich burger situation. Something that will clog your arteries. You know what I mean? It's...
Oh, I love it.
It's gonna fill you up, but it's oddly unconventional, if you know.
What are you talking about? Those are the best kinds of meals there. The ones that make you question your life choices.
Honestly, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time, Frosty.
With that kind of mentality, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
I'm really curious if Flame's gonna buy this cat in conjunction to Rabbit, because sometimes I'm quite greedy and I love going Rabbit cat, just stonks to the moon, you know what I mean?
I mean, I like the idea behind it. Unfortunately, both these gamers are on 2 lives right about now, so trying to min-max extra value by putting a cat on the board when you just really need to be, I don't know, winning the game is a little bit of a dubious choice if I do say so myself.
I see, I
But
see.
it seems like good old Flame agrees here is going to be locking a skunk, has got the potential to try to put a melon onto their boar here.
There we
Who's
go.
going-
Finally, this awkward turtle can leave, and we have room for more greatness. What I'm a little concerned about is whether the monkey is actually good on Coddy's board, because the positioning is so funky that I feel like it's not buffing the most optimal creatures. You know what I mean?
Oh, I catch your drift there, 100%. Oh, look at that. That boar getting such amazing value. That's a boar 2 straight off of the bat.
Maybe.
And now Coddy,
Go ahead.
who is in such a good position, is now down to 1 life. Dude, I position for Coddy here.
I know. I will say, one, I'm surprised he didn't just pill the monkey or something. Oh, he's going for the mammoth pill. Okay, just kidding. He's smarter than I am, everyone. But Cotterton is, as he said in a DM this morning, very hungover and extremely sunburned. He's currently at the casino at a bachelor's party, but he stuck one out for the content team. So thank you, Cotterton.
Love to see it. We really do.
I think.
Now here's a...
What is he gonna
Go
do?
ahead.
What is he gonna do to fix this?
I was gonna say, do you ever put a melon on your camel to try to override this chili? But it seems like Cotterton has chosen to just go for bigger unit in the back here. That skunk is putting an absolute heyday on it for the time being. And we'll see if this is potentially the final fight. Big skunks coming in there. The flaming camel manages to get a good job done there, and the boar is just going to get it done. Flame takes number 1 for the YouTube team right about there, and you can already tell these gamers have done it before because look at how quickly they're back just mashing the join private button. It always astounds me of just run it back right now.
It's that competitive itch. They can't stand when the screen is static. Everything has to be moving. You know, honestly, the two things you can do to take down a really high level Super Auto Pets player is 1, run the timer. 2, never change your positioning, because they always will predict. You'll change it, you'll optimize it, but how can they predict what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing? I'm just saying.
I honestly love it. I remember in particular I got told in one of my first team tour sets against Snob is I just got told, you run down the timer against him. That's all you have to do. It will tilt him off the face of the planet. So every single turn I ran down the timer the entire time, and I got a DM. From Nob just being like, hey, can you play a bit faster?
It's like,
I have a bit of a giggle to myself about that.
It's like, are you calling me stupid? This is as fast as my brain goes. What do you mean faster?
Excellent. Looks like Flame is going to be taking a bit of an early L here, going to be coming into turn 3 with a life loss. Not exactly the position that you want to be in. Has managed to find an elephant camel as well as an ox and a badger here. I like this camel ox, don't you, Eggie?
I like camel ox, but dude, I can't handle it. These old art styles. I'm like, who are you? I would be potentially tempted actually to go badger purely because there's so much attack buffing immediately from pigeon and from beaver, but I believe this is most likely the more sane way to play.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would also say that Ox also works well with those good old-fashioned attack buffs, simply because you get those extra melon procs going on there. With those high attack bonuses means you get some great trades. Seems like Flame agrees. Over on the other side, Coddy back running that Camel once again. We've seen Camel really be the all-star of these first 2 games.
My beloved.
It's definitely not going to be stopping anytime soon.
I am surprised he actually, I don't know if he's a bit hungover, but there was another ant in his shop, I think. I don't know why he chose to forgo it. Maybe it's because the tier up wouldn't work this turn, so he's just trying to pivot out of it.
It's one of those interesting things there where, wow, he ended up selling He's sleeping, pilling in the air, and manages to hit
Wait,
onto
what?
the flamingo.
What
What is...
Cotty Cotterton, what are you
is this?
cooking?
Yeah, Cotty is cooking, and I have to afraid we might have to get someone to get him out of the kitchen here because it's causing a bit of smoke. I don't know if I can explain that one.
It's a bit wild out there. Also, Italian Falcon, thank you so much for the follow earlier in the stream. I will say, I don't think we've addressed the elephant in the room, but Cotty is flexing one of the most difficult hats to earn in Super Auto Pets. I believe this upside down trophy hat is specifically from winning the Scooty tournament he hosted about a year or two ago now.
You know, that is even a bit of lore that I didn't know.
Really?
I didn't know. I've come into the Super Auto Pets community, I'd say not fairly recently at this point, but you know, I'm still relatively new compared to everyone else, but even I didn't know that upside down trophy hat was a thing that you got from winning at Scooty's tournament.
Yeah, I believe this is specifically for the Scooty tournament, and often if you see crown style hats, those are from winning weekly brawls. So, there you go.
So you're telling me that this Scooty tournament, this trophy hat here is a bit of a collector's item then, if that's the case.
It is. Essentially, I think it is one of a kind. I was kind of expecting the Scooty tournament to return so more people could get this hat, but it seems it's not. It seems Scoot has moved on to bigger and better games.
We've actually got a bit of gameplay going on in the background here over on the other side. Seems like Cotty's been holding a few L's here to this giant camel board. And we see the Ox also getting some really good value. Has to take a level up just to try to find something. Finds a skunk, but it's not doing great work on this board. You're only really getting rid of, say, 2 or 3 health for the meantime. So we'll have to see whether it actually ends up affecting any trades here. But I mean, in these early games, it really does come down to just 1 or 2 stats. So maybe it will make a big difference.
I agree. I also will say, a lot of times, early SAP gamers in their SAP careers will tend to navigate the early games well, but then get lost in the sauce in the late game. But I feel like sometimes the really good SAP players actually just kind of fumble or autopilot the early game and then start locking in when it's like turn 27, you know?
But, I mean, we saw it earlier and we heard it earlier as well. We already know Cotty is locked in.
He is. Oh, Cotterton. No, Cotterton is locked out.
The stream. Locked into closing the stream there, that is. So we're just going to have a look over at Flame's side of the board. Has picked up a Scorpion to try to deal with some of that backline. The notorious Kangaroo was coming in and kind of messing up the game plan there a little bit earlier, so they've got a backup plan. I think they're going to have to reposition a little bit, though, to try to, I don't know, take some better trades there, because Scorpion in the back means that you will pretty much always take the L.
It's guaranteed, capitalized, underscored, circled, fat L.
Well, especially when you got bigger units up in the front here, I do like putting it up in front. You kind of want to try to position this so that you're not immediately getting ruined by a camel, which was the thing that was really doing them in last turn. But Cotty is back, folks, and has mysteriously put together a semi-decent turn here, an extra skunk on their board, maybe an extra whale. No extra whale, but there is an extra camel there.
Conspiracy theory.
It's a good trade.
He just hit his screen so he could call Arcuni to fix it. He wanted the other hat. He heard us talking. He called up Arcuni. Surely.
I don't believe he would do this, but I'm not going to put it past him.
Honestly,
the hat is really just that big of a deal.
Honestly, in the most non-toxic way, Cotty Cotterton would do that. And I gotta say, actually, I forget. Some folks may not know who you are, Frosty. You're a professional caster, aren't you?
I used to be retired professional caster. Nowadays, I sit behind an office desk and type away at funny little things there. But I had to come back for the Super Auto Pets tournament just to be able to see these wonderful gamers play. What can I say?
Well, thanks for coming back, because at least that means one of us has a job and one of us has a brain. Smile.
Well, you know what? You've got a job. you've got a wonderful job of bringing some entertainment to these wonderful people here today.
So real.
As we see that Flames board, look at that, it's gotten so big, has already got the melons there going on. It is managing to get such good value. Snipes off the Scorpion in the back and is going to take a trade with Flame. I don't know who that ends up favoring more here, honestly. I'd say both these gamers' boards are coming together nicely.
It is 3 lives to 3 lives, so it's actually pretty evenly matched. I know very little about Flame, but I'm curious to see. Can he take down Cotterton? Because Cotty, if he locks in, Cotty is really, really, really good.
Oh yeah, but look at that. Cotty's managed to find a snake. The Exodia board, if you will, is slowly starting to come together.
Oh,
Just choosing.
nuking the camel. Goodbye, camel, my beloved.
Good night, sweet prince. We knew ye all too well. As we wait here and we see that these gamers boards are coming together, Flame has managed to find a mammoth up in front. They're going to be adding some extra stats. We'll put the Scorpion over that breakpoint, but not enough to be able to if it immediately gets sniped there. The snake is finding all of the right targets, but it seems like there is just a big snail in the back, the raid boss in the back.
I feel
being able
like
to take him down.
I feel like winning by big snail in the back feels really disrespectful. I don't know what it is, but like the snail looks so no thoughts head empty. I feel like getting slightly edged out by it would send me into a tizzy.
Over on the other side here, we've got Cotty here, who is putting the monkey in as a little bit of scaling here on 2 lives up against Flame's 3 lives here. Flame has put a chocolate onto that mammoth, so there will be no mammoth pills here for the time being. Probably a smart idea, since the mammoth is just a really big body. It's got a big old booty there.
Are you saying it's got a dumpy?
I do think the mammoth has got a bit of a... I mean, look at it. Are you telling me that that mammoth does not have a dumpy there?
I'll keep it in mind in case I have to draw a mammoth mascot one day. You know, that's what the people want. I got it. Writing that down.
The worst bit is I can immediately visualize it in my head, and I gotta say, it's a beautiful looking thing.
Arcuni, if you need mascot designs, hit us up.
I'm just saying, we got the ideas here. The snake is getting really good value. Unfortunately, has not managed to get enough here, as Flame's board is just too big. God, he's down to 1 life.
No! And the thing is, with best of 3s, there's no really coming back. You lose 2 back-to-back, and that's it. I am so surprised that the Scorpion dodged every single snake snipe, but I feel like the universe hears you. You ask and you do not receive.
It's an interesting position that Cotty finds himself in here, where, you know, he's assembled what would be usually an excellent board. You know, he's got the snake to be able to get the extra value, you know, these high value snipes, but unfortunately, Flame's board is just really, really big. It's got big camel in the back, which you want it to get sniped by these snake shots. You know, getting those extra 5 damage shots is just buffing up the raid boss snail in the back. The best case scenario for Cotty here would be that the snake ends up sniping off some of those back units. Has even got a tiger for this camel in the back now.
Oh, and the tiger survives through the snipes. I'm kind of surprised he didn't place tiger behind mammoth, but he has the bigger brain. Who am I to question at all?
And unfortunately for Cotty there, the board is just simply not enough. Seems like we're going to be going to...
GG.
GG's. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm super
I just-
excited to have equalized.
Like I just got worked.
Let me
It's all
Super
good,
excited at the equalize there. It is now 1-1. Cotty, an unfortunate set of games for you there, lad. Unfortunately, Flame was just putting something a little bit big together there. How are you feeling after this set of games?
You know, like I just absolutely clapped, but it's all right.
It's alright? We cool?
It's all right. I'm good.
We cool.
We cool.
Excellent.
Well played, Flame. I'm gonna head out. It's loud as hell here.
No
But-
worries.
Love you all. Bye.
Thank you for the
Bye.
game.
Look after
It was a
yourself.
pleasure.
Thank you for the games.
Oh my.
Flame
Can
it.
you imagine
Excellent.
mid-bachelor's party being like, hey guys, sorry, I gotta go play a pet emoji game and fight for my life real quick. Y'all party on without me for a second. Like, Connie may not have won, but he was dedicated to the grind, and we gotta give him that.
He's a winner in our hearts, and that's the thing that matters the most here.
But he did not win the game, and so I must find amongst my sea of tabs a prediction to pay out. Everyone, Cotty Cotterton did not win. Congratulations, Flame, for winning your set.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Flame, if you take this hat away from me, I'm gonna cry.
You can't
Congrats
guilt
on the
trip
win.
the other
If you take
team.
this hat away.
That's illegal. You can't just guilt trip the other team into throwing. You gotta
Flame
sweat.
could do it right back to me. He also wants this hat, I'm sure.
I'm dying for this hat. I'm gonna be putting on this hat 24/7.
Oh
Me
my-
too, me too.
I
And I totally wasn't
proud.
watching from your perspective over Cotty's anyways.
Aw.
I can't believe we're driving up the Super Auto Pets NFT market already. I thought we left this back in 2022, folks. I thought we were better than this, but apparently not.
Actually, could you
We're going
think
to the moon, baby.
if Team Twitch wins this, then Cotty will have some of the rarest hats on any SAP account. He could probably sell his account for like good money. I'm not gonna lie, he could.
Oh no. Also, do we use like a standard code or is it just like is A cup fine?
You can use whatever code you want. Do you know the settings to run the game, or should I tell you?
I just did
Team Tour
105
settings.
timer.
Yeah.
Any Okay, yeah.
Okay. Let me quickly English. Right now we have the Nick Resney, who is really, really sweet, did a ton of super cool artwork with us. And then we have Phoenix Girl. Phoenix, how are you feeling?
Extremely nervous.
No, don't be nervous. I'm so happy.
It's
that
an
you're here.
exciting nervous.
I'm glad. Have you practiced at all for this tournament? Because LeBun was telling me he played over 60 games to practice. And I
Oh
was
my
like, that's
God.
crazy. I appreciate the
Yeah.
dedication.
Well, my internet was out for like 4 days, and so
Ooh.
I couldn't
Oh,
practice
no.
during those 4 days. Granted, I should have probably downloaded it on my phone, but I did practice today, so
I'm proud of
Don't
you.
worry. The difference is you're setting healthy internet boundaries for yourself there, and that is the most important thing.
Can't relate. The
my
boundary.
internet was out though because like with my channel, I have to do a video every day. So I had to put on these like low budget basically videos. So it kind of sucked for the 4 days, but it's all good.
That's okay. I'm glad you made it today. It looks like Nick has the lobby up for you. You can join. It's Egg Cup,
Sure.
EGGCUP, all together. And once you guys get started, I ask that you guys deafen so Frosty and I may talk shit about your gameplay. No, just kidding.
I'm
We're gonna
so ready to get
commentate.
roasted.
No. It's a healthy, nice, gentle roast. But good luck, gamers. I look
That's-
forward to it.
That's it. It's more like of a slow oven roast there rather than we're putting you on the hot coals here roast.
Yeah, it's like toasting a marshmallow instead of burning the Thanksgiving turkey, you know?
That's not exactly what I was trying to go for there, Eggie, but you know what? We'll take it. As we
I'm
immediately-
dropping what you're putting down, chef.
They're immediately into game already, though, and we've already got Phoenix is rocking the pack 5 here today against Nick's pack 1 and El Clasico. Can't really blame Nick for rocking the pack 1 though, as I don't know, if it does feel like everyone just has to have a little bit of pack 1 experience, but everyone has a lot of pack 1 experience, as I've learned really quickly here. Everyone does not play the other packs.
It's kind of true because it's like, how to say, you want to make sure you're good at what's free first because there's so much to learn about pack 1, like pack 1 versus the world or even pack 1 versus pack 1. So why buy a new pack if you can entertain yourself with the free one?
I mean, it is for a silly pet emoji game, it is actually relatively deep, as most auto battlers are. I think that's kind of the hook, line, and sinker that they get you with here.
Mm-hmm.
Going into turn number 2, I mean, Nick ended up taking a life off of Phoenix Girl just a little bit earlier. But Phoenix Girl has not managed to put together a strong enough board to be able to get the job done against these pesky mosquitoes. It's going to be going down a life to start off this game.
Interesting. I honestly cannot commentate on anything Phoenix Girl is doing because I do not know what in tarnation those pets are or what they do.
All right, so I mean, I can try to do my best to explain it. After getting completely destroyed by Pack 5, you start to see repeating patterns there,
Mm-hmm.
and it just, it scars you enough that you just go, oh, that's that pet that ends up getting me good. So the pet in the back is called a pen gobble. It's a funny pet name, I know. That one gets extra mana there. The one up in front is a bunyip. That one gets extra health depending on how many times that you've rolled up to a certain cap. Can I just say for the record here, though, big fan of what Nick's trying to do here. I love me some Worm gameplay. I am Worm's #1 stan. What can I
Wait,
say?
I have to do it, Frosty. I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still love
Go
me
on,
if I
then.
was a worm?
Absolutely, 100%, no question about it.
Oh my gosh, you guys hear that? That's the kind of response you're supposed to give. Everyone take notes. I better see some writing in chat. This is what a true caster looks like.
You gotta be able to commit to the bit.
I actually am kind of curious to see if he's gonna keep Big Worm without a rabbit or a cat, because some people let it go if there's no additional food scaler.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is still a free apple that you're getting every single turn, and that can end up adding up quite a bit. The big breakpoint that you want to see is a worm too, though, because just getting a regular +1/+1 every turn for 2 gold, I mean, Giraffe already does that. So you're really looking to try to get some big worm stats real quick.
Ooh, freezing every food? Nick, just in case it got taken away by the tear-ups, let's see if he decides to go for fish or buy skunk first. He's gambling.
I mean, it would mean that he'd be keeping this mosquito for a few extra rounds here. Manages to find the penguin, which is a really big pickup, but the deer is no slouch in a Pack 5 either. As it typically stands that bigger stats does not necessarily mean better board against Pack 5. It is a little bit weird like that. More often than not, getting a few extra tokens, like the deer bus coming into play, is typically quite strong as well.
I am pretty surprised by the choice of parrot as well, as I don't think that Skeeter is that strong. Not that skunk is that much better either, but I feel like that would be my preference between the two tear-ups that were given to Nick.
Yeah, I mean, the good old Skeeter is not necessarily the best target here, but against Pack 5, they don't really go big. They go... And they're really tricky, They got a whole bunch of stuff, like they'll put ailments on you there, but as you can see, Phoenix's biggest unit is 4 health. You'd only really be removing 1 health off of that unit, and it just doesn't really do all that much.
Guess that's true.
Thankfully for Phoenix, though, they've got quite a lot left in the tank. They're going to start buffing up. Are they going to buff up a Wyvern here just to be able to get some extra level ups? Big Wyvern's not necessarily your usual game plan, but it seems like we're going to be seeing some of that as we go forwards now.
I also have to say, not planned, not important commentary in the slightest, but I do love how aesthetically pleasing both Phoenix's and Nick's setup is. Like, the color palettes match the packs they're playing and the mascots they've chosen. I was like, wow. Aesthetic.
But the real question here is the hats. Do the hats match the aesthetic?
I actually, when I was doing mock-ups of the hat, tested it on a ton of different pets and a ton of different backgrounds, and I do indeed think that she serves cunt in every capacity.
Not something I expected to be, hearing at the start of my cast here today, but you know what? That's a problem for a different Frosty, We'll get around that when we get to it.
Start of the cast, Frosty. It's so much fun that time has flown by. This is actually the last match of today. 3 today, 4 tomorrow.
Too true in that regard here. But I mean, these last two games, they matter quite a bit. After all, it is 1-to-1 for Twitch and YouTube right about now. It's like we've got good old-fashioned Phoenix has put together the smatterings of a board. You know, we can see that the board is trying to come together a little bit here. No real synergy between a lot of these units, though, is kind of a problem.
I'm kind of interested in why they didn't tier up, given that it's an odd number turn, with the 2 skelly dogs.
Unfortunately, it seems like it's not really going to matter as Nick's put together a really powerful board. You remember how I said that Deer's a good unit? Deer's a really good unit into this pack.
He heard that and he copy-pasted that. He said, yes, chef.
Yes, chef, absolutely. It's crazy to me as well, as we see that Phoenix is taking your advice to heart here, has managed to assemble the good mana combo here of the Kitsune plus Amalgamation is going to be getting a whole bunch of mana. I was going to say, it's crazy to me just how much Yes Chef has ended up spreading over these last few months. I hear it everywhere I go now. It's crazy to me.
I started saying yes, chef, because when I was getting coached, because I also compete in the SAP Dojo team tour, I hate getting backseated, so I have to bite my tongue. So I just say yes, chef, for comedic relief. And I think it also caught on with a few other people, and I'm like, oh god.
It just lets you know that it's your only way of biting back. You can't necessarily tell the people coaching you that they're wrong, so you just have to be like, yes, chef.
Yeah.
I'll do what you say. Okay.
That's literally it. I'm like, I don't like it, but I will eat the slop. I will game as you have requested.
Oh man, unfortunately Phoenix just not having a good go of it right about now. Is already down to 1 life against this scary looking Pack 1 board. Got that Parrot 2 already in the back.
Oh me,
He's
oh
gonna
my.
just continue to grow it.
I wonder, will Nick Resney, a fellow fan of the snake, put a snake on this board?
Ooh.
He's
I
thinking...
think it would be a fairly good choice, but might be trying to go for the Gorilla instead.
Excuse me, the what?
The Gorilla.
That's what they call them in Australia, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not me just messing with you here at all.
I see Phoenix Girls living up to the name by pulling a Phoenix on board. I wonder if it will be enough, because to be fair, a Phoenix on board messes with everything, I feel like, every time I go against one.
Yeah, but unfortunately this is kind of the lead into what I was saying earlier, where a lot of these units you would usually play with big stats don't really match up really well into a lot of what Pack 5 is doing because of units like the Phoenix, but because your board has so many different tokens on it now, instead it means that you're going to be able to get this little extra value with things like the bus. And look at how much value this bus is getting. That's already a game to Nick there. Nick goes up 1-0. And I mean, Eggie, we gotta say, we have to have 3 matches here today on one of these series. We can't just have clean sweeps both ways.
I honestly don't expect things to go 2-0-2-0, but it tends to be quite a theme in all previous years of the Egg Cup that day 1 seems to be pretty smooth sailing, and I think day 2, people know that the stakes are higher, and so they're really extra locking in with that sweet, sweet mental MSG, you know what I mean?
No, I can't relate, honestly. I can't. My scatterbrain is just going all over the place the entire time, and it's just like a captain at the steering wheel here, just trying to steer it in the right direction. Never seems to come.
I do wonder if Phoenix Girl, she is a little nervous. I think she doesn't really do competitive settings, so I'm really proud of her for taking part in this tournament. But I wonder if the second game, despite losing the first, is a little easier now that you know what you're doing, if you're getting your footing, or if she's maybe a little shaken up from the past game.
Yeah, maybe, honestly, shaking off some of those nerves there, being able to pilot the Pack 5 a little bit more easily. Once you get into your comfort zone, it's definitely going to find yourself performing a lot better. We'll have to see.
I do
if
notice
it matters to you.
A change in background and mascot, and some of the competitive Sapros say a change of environment is a change in better vibes, you know? This could be the key. This could be the sauce.
You know what? I have absolutely zero insight into that, but I'm gonna smile and nod and say that, yep, that sounds about right. Yep, you got it, Eggie. 100%.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
How do you feel about Nick's board so far?
Nick's board, yeah, a rabbit. I mean, look, Eggie, I used to be pretty good at SAP here, and I feel pretty confident in me saying this next line here. Rabbit's a good pet.
You should say it louder, like really loud. Like you should just remind people what you just said.
No, look, I have a roommate who I desperately do not want to wake up at this early hour in the morning here. So
You
I'm
can't.
not gonna do that.
You can't let them know the greatness of the rabbit. You gotta keep that test to yourself. I got
That's-
it. I
we
got
gotta-
it.
We gotta keep it lo-fi vibes here. Lo-fi vibes is where it's at.
I can imagine like a
Thanks,
kindergarten teacher. Can we use our lo-fi voices, everyone? Can we use our lo-fi voices inside? Thank you.
It's too real, unfortunately.
My God.
Phoenix has chosen to put the Frostwolf on the board here just to be able to deal with some of these rabbits. And this is kind of one of the big units that Pack 1 has to kind of contend with is, this is the start of, oh wait, I don't have any perks on my board.com.
.com.
.com.
I gotta say, Tsuchinoko right at the front. Interesting. I didn't realize it can jump in place.
Yeah, it definitely can. It grabs all those little extra stats there and is just a really annoying pet to deal with. And unfortunately for Phoenix, the breakpoints just are not there once again. 1 health on that horse.
That's so
I mean,
unlucky.
This one's I don't know if anyone's going to get this joke here, but I was really surprised when they put horse into the first pack there, as I thought it was supposed to be something like the 5th pack pet, as we all know that horses don't exist. No, that one's just for me.
Do you believe the Earth is flat, Frosty?
No comment.
There we go. There we go. I am curious. Do you know what the treasure map does?
I do know what the treasure map does. So the treasure map ends up turning into a treasure chest. So it turns from a treasure map into a treasure chest, and then after the treasure chest breaks open, you get a free tier 3 at either a tier 2, tier 4, or tier 6, depending on which level
Ooh.
griffin you end up selling. So it's a little bit of extra value that you get a bit later on into the game. Unfortunately for Phoenix, trying to make it there is going to be a bit of a tough ask.
It looks like we're seeing another minimized pet board, extreme scaling style gameplay. This is the second time we've seen it. Once we saw it earlier today from Flame, and now we're seeing it on Nick. It seems to be the trend.
It's almost like, and I know this is crazy to say here, it's almost like it's a good strategy.
Whoa.
These gamers, they keep repeating it here. I gotta say, there's probably a reason for it.
He couldn't say it out loud, but he could say it twice. Rabbit is good. Rabbit is right.
Dear, you're gonna get me called out for not only being a flat earther, but a rabbit truther here as well. What comes next, Eggie?
I don't know. You know, we'll just have to see what unfolds naturally in the commentary. Any Freudian slips. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
I have to now I have to be cautiously on guard here the entire time. Man, interesting choice by Phoenix, putting the Frostwolf in the back, not being able to get any value from it, unfortunately. Seems like the nerves may still be running a little bit hot. Has managed to find a lot of lucky cats, though. And has the choice of trying to go for that lucky cat 3 with an Ogo Pogo, which would put an extra level on it. I actually really like going for this lucky cat. Choosing
Let it
to
go,
roll
though.
past it here. I mean, this is kind of one of the big engines that Pack 5 has going for it, isn't Lucky Cat ends up giving a whole bunch of money generation every single time it levels up. So if you end up repeatedly leveling it up in Battle Day, you actually end up with 14 gold every single turn. So trying to go for something like that is typically a really strong strategy. It also gets an extra +4/+4, which may have been enough to get across the line against Nick's big old board. But speaking of Nick's big old board there, I mean, what is there much to say here? There's big stats, big health totals, 2 penguins. and a deer as well. It's just looking like an all-star team.
Mamma mia. But I will say, there is 2 penguins, but only 1 level 2. Am I seeing that right?
Look, you know what? The way that I see it is it's like an old giraffe. Old giraffe used to give a +1/+1 immediately at the end of turn. It's just old giraffe now. It's totally worth it. Oh man, great deer value from Nick though, managing to snipe off so many of those units. Unfortunately for Phoenix, it might just be a clean sweep coming into these final few turns here. They got to think of something fast, but there is a level 3 Frostwolf at the ready now to put a bit of a, what's the terminology that I'm looking for?
A wrench in
dearie me.
things? A twist?
There we go. A bit of a wrench in things here.
I am deeply surprised that, considering how big Rabbit is, Nick didn't attempt to level 2 it, as he's rolled past 1 Rabbit earlier, but he does have another one in shop. I feel like it's just missed Pengu scaling, but that could just be me.
Well, here's the thing, Eggie, is, I mean, the Rabbit's already a big butt, you know? That Rabbit, he's got a big butt on him. And you don't really need to spend 6 more gold trying to make it even to an even bigger butt. You probably want to find some other units to try to buff up, right? Or spend the money on some more food. I think Nick's really going with the game plan that they want to win immediately. And they don't want to have to worry about down the line here. Because down the line, that's too few turns. Why win later when we can win now?
It's, as they say, I feel like this is the rule with any pack that's different than pack 1 mirrors. It's win fast or win never.
You know what? I can attest to that there, but unfortunately for Phoenix here, the Frostwolf has not managed to be able to get through the ginormous border for Nick, and Nick will be taking another one for Team Twitch here. Team Twitch is going to be going up 2-1 to finish off today.
Mamma mia.
Rabbits.
Welcome
I
in,
got
everyone. How you feeling?
absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, that was scary for you. I think you needed to just keep the Frostwolf on board earlier, because I was able to just go big unit, basically.
Yeah. I wasn't rolling my ones that I wanted.
Yeah,
And
Gargoyle's
what
really
were the
scary in your
units?
pack.
I was going to say, what were the units that you were trying to look for there, Phoenix?
Okay, so I know I got rid of it, but I really liked the Mana Beetle, and I try to get Mana Hound with it, but then I normally just try to jump to like my tier 4, 5, and 6s. Like my
Yeah, that's-
early game
okay.
sucks.
Yeah, that's 100% correct game plan for Unicorn, is you basically just buy anything that wins you the early rounds, or just draws the early rounds, because the longer the game goes on, the scarier it gets for me, especially if I'm not scaling. But yeah, like those Frostwolves are really good for you. The Mana Snites are really good with the Frostwolf, because they could just immediately hit the guy that got frosted.
See, and
Like-
I never actually used my Frost Wolves very much.
Yeah, getting the Frostwolf back on was really scary.
Yeah.
How did you get that guy to level 3 too? He hit 3 guys, right?
The
It
treasure
was my...
chest.
Yeah, it was my treasure chest.
Oh. I was like, I didn't see that guy last turn. What's he doing here?
Surprise!
Surprise! Frosty just let out one single, Frosty tear, seeing the Frostwolf go. It is his favorite pet, and it is his mascot for this tournament.
Dude, I was so confused about the Frostwolf request, because like, wait, there's no Frostwolves here.
Oh, but there is.
There
There
is.
I mean, after all, there are 2 wolves inside of us. After all,
Oh my god.
Frosty,
Yin and yang.
I have some very sad news for you.
and what would that be?
Eggie took away your ice fishing pole.
I will.
No.
I couldn't. It was in the way. He wanted to go fishing. He wanted to bring back the fish, but I needed him to bring back the commentary. Because God knows I was not able to analyze any game that wasn't Turtle Pack. I wouldn't know what's going on.
Me being like, dude, have you played any of the other packs? Eggie's response, just, I don't know how to read.
I was like, there are other packs. But I will say, Nick and Phoenix, thank you so much for joining us. And very good games. I really appreciate y'all showing up, playing your best. And that wraps up day 1. So y'all are free
Thanks for the
to
games.
hang out, or you're free to go touch grass, see the sun.
Cool beans.
You know,
I'm
5 hours of
sorry.
streaming screams, I need some grass.
Go touch that grass then, gamer.
I
Get
was
that
gonna say,
grass.
what's grass? What is grass? What is this thing you keep talking about?
Grass is a starter for Schedule 1.
No.
Now we're talking more my language. There
Now
we go.
we're talking.
Makes so much more sense.
See, when you said grass and starter, my immediately instant thought was Pokemon.
Bulbasaur!
Pokemon, yeah.
Bulbasaur!
True.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
all 4
I know
people,
this Pokemon.
all 4 people in Kara are big Pokemon fans, which we gotta say, Sap is just Pokemon, but a
It
little more
really
2D and a little more on steroids. Just a little bit.
And with real animals.
And it cuts out all the bad parts, like talking to these random people and getting heckled by children. Ugh.
Yeah, if you want to throw hands, then you just talk to real people. Or you could show up
Exactly.
on an Egg Cup tournament at twitch.tv/HelloEggie. Anyways.
True. Which,
I can't
Eggie, are you going to
believe
keep
I'm
streaming,
hearing-
actually?
Oh, sorry, what?
Are you going
I
to
was gonna
keep
say-
streaming? Question mark.
I am gonna wrap up with Frosty, and then we'll probably go find another Sap streamer to say hello to.
All right. Cool. All right. Bye, friends.
Goodbye, Nick.
Have a
Goodbye,
great day.
Phoenix.
Bye,
See you later,
guys.
Gators.
Well, that wraps up day 1. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. I didn't expect 2 O's, like, across the board on every single set.
You know what it is, right? You know, as soon as that I'm done with the cast here today, I'm not going to be on tomorrow's cast, unfortunately. I have job I must go to tomorrow. But you know what's going to happen? Kelby's going to get in the commentator booth, and these games are going to be the most long, drawn-out sets that you've ever seen. I mean, just looking at some of those sets tomorrow, we've got the Mama Patat versus Kino. We've got Booga versus Gyomba. That's going to be a banger there. Tyler versus Revolving Coke, 2 of the sweatiest gamers I know. And Noob Skills versus Scooty. Those are some absolute bangers.
They are indeed. I think my favorite one, I think some of the highest skill level games that people are looking forward to is, I'm thinking is Tyler versus Coke, right? That's the matchup. I think that's going to be one of the highest skill ceiling games. I think Scooty versus Noob Skills might be one of the biggest potential upset games, alongside Booga versus John Bear. And honestly, I love that we're starting off tomorrow's day with Mama Patat versus Kino. It is going to be the most wholesome, sweetest fight to the death you've ever seen.
Killing you nicely is definitely one way to put it there, I would say.
Indeed. But Frosty, you're also a Balloons Tower Defense streamer, aren't you?
I certainly am. How did you know, Eggie?
Oh my gosh, it's almost like Frosty isn't only on YouTube and doesn't only do sap things, but Frosty is on Twitch. So everyone, give Frosty a follow if you want. Frosty Mate is his full legal Twitch name if you want to do it, because I shouted him out earlier. Twitch is bonking me, but you can hunt him down.
Very nice. Thank you very much for the shout out here, Eggie. And I have to say thank you so much for letting me cast today. Thank you for letting me loose in the paddock. It's been nice to have a bit of a roam around.
Of course, I appreciate you taking that power nap and showing up at the most cursed Australian time possible, but we all know gaming never stops.
Yeah, the most cursed time possible, which is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh Lord, go get your sleep then, gamer. Rest up, and I appreciate you so much for hanging with us. And kiddos, we're gonna go raid to actually more sap, because like if you're watching sap, you surely want more sap, right? We're gonna go say hello to the SAP Summit, which is a very high skill level tournament. I hope you enjoy your time with them, and everyone, again, thank you so much for tuning in to day 1. Tomorrow starts at 1:30 p.m. CST, and I'll see you guys there.
Toodles!
Bye.